Hey guys, welcome back to Grit and Grace Farm. Though I'm not at the farm right now, I'm at Lowe's. So we managed to get the washing machine, the big fridge, ordered yesterday. They'll be delivered on like June 10th, something like that. And we bought a couple other things, but today we what are we doing? We're getting a handful of small things from Lowe's because part of our negotiations and getting the house was we ended up with a Lowe's gift card for a couple of things to repair at the house. But we just got done eating breakfast and we had to go to a local laundromat to do laundry because we had no washer for a couple weeks. So, but we found a really nice one and it was a good experience. So, we are picking up things like outside lighting, and none of the doors properly latch because the house shifted as it got warmer, and so now nothing properly closes. None of the bathroom doors properly close, so we're gonna get some temporary latches and see what we can do to fix that up. And right now what I'm fixing to go do is I'm gonna see if I can find a seed packet stand and just pick out a couple of things to have on hand. But aside from that, we're doing that today. We got the little fridge, the upright fridge freezer thing that we got yesterday that we took just off the shelf. We got it plugged in and we're waiting on it to get cold. And so I'll hopefully by the end of the day be able to go get groceries because that would be wonderful. Then we wouldn't have to leave the house. I say that, we won't be getting internet hooked up for another day or two, and Matt needs internet to work on reports to work from home. So tomorrow we might be heading over into Tyler to Boards and Bites to do some games while Matt does work on the computer where we would have internet. So we're still figuring that out. Anyways, I'm gonna go look at seeds. Never mind. Big box stores have put away their seeds for the season. That's why I couldn't find any yesterday, which is what I figured, but I thought I'd go check anyways. So, no seeds from there. I was mainly just looking to get the kids excited and let them pick a packet of seeds. You know, something fun for them, hands-on that they can do. But I will just order from Haas or Baker Creek or something like that. So I do have a big box of seeds still. They're just in storage, which won't be here until mid to late next week, or this coming week. Anyways, I'm gonna go find my family. I got a text saying that they went to light bulbs, and I turned and I was in the lights section. I don't know how that's different from light bulbs. Found them.
I know which one I want.
Okay.
Hello, peoples.
Hi. You want soft white? Okay, we have those already.
Are we picking what tone, warmer, cold for
I have a
lights for
pack.
them?
One of the coolest.
I have a pack of each pack 8. So a pack of 8 daylights and a pack of 8 soft whites.
Okay.
Actually, they're very one tone, which is like the orangest of the tones,
Okay.
which is the ones you like.
I like the one that's in our bedroom currently.
That's one.
That tone.
And these are kind of replacements and stuff like that too.
Okay.
All right.
It's the next morning, and I am
You are.
making oatmeal. And Tozer's losing his mind. But we are having our first breakfast in the house.
Excuse
Because
me.
it took me that long to get stuff ready and available. And I need a spoon to stir this with. Hi, monkey. So don't burn my oatmeal, because that would be...
Excuse me.
Somebody's had his morning dose of facetiousness. Alright, Goofy. So I wanted to show you real quick. So, Instant Pot to the rescue, making oatmeal. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to show you guys was, well, my sink is only half functional right now, and the kitchen is, we'll get into that later. This is the morning view. Here, let me turn off the light so you can get a better appreciation for it. I am so in love with this view. I'm so ready and excited to get out there and start working, but we are still trying to figure out how we're going to tackle it. Like I said in my last video, I just want to let a goat loose. So we're considering talking to local people and seeing if they have local people who own goats, and asking them if they would be willing to maybe bring their goats over to forage in our field and help us take care of some of the problems that we're having with like poison ivy. And there's a Virginia creeper or something like that. There's a couple of different plants out there that are not good for us to touch or for the dogs to touch, but pigs and chickens and goats can apparently eat and have no problem. So that's good to know going forward. I looked it up yesterday that all three of those animals can handle poison ivy and stuff like that and not be affected by it. So that's fantastic, because going forward when we actually do get our animals, we won't have to worry about it coming back up, because the goats will eat it down from the top as far as they can reach. And then pigs and chickens will come in and, the pigs will come in and tear up the root system, and the chickens will eat all the roots and help scratch it all up too. So even when it will probably still continue to come back, but the animals will manage it over time. I imagine we'll see less of it. But right now it's pretty invasive. So anyways. So what you doing, Dad?
Cleaning windows.
But what is he cleaning? Hey, that worked beautifully.
Oh, it's a paint remover.
Right tool for the right job.
Paint remover.
See somebody grab a razor blade by hand and just kind of pick at it. It'll take forever to do this. Go to Home Depot, buy one of these for like $8.
You don't have to buy a razor blade. I have one.
Look.
Scrape the window off.
Oh, he was saying the razor blade. Oh, I'm pretty sure that razor blade would not work for the window, but that is a cool idea. You're funny.
Look, he's cleaning the
So,
windows.
just a minute, guys.
Then the extra little streaks that are left behind, you come back with acetone and a rag, wipe them up real quick, and you're...
So what is this that you're cleaning off the window?
I haven't the slightest idea. It's sticky and weird.
Can I do it?
It's almost like the film left behind, or the
Not yet, please.
adhesive left behind after removing window film. Yeah, because that's what this is over here. I hadn't noticed before, but these windows are different colors. So yeah, somebody took the window film off and left the adhesive on it. That's gross.
How did they manage that?
The adhesive stayed on the window because it got hot.
Oh,
And so it's separated from the plastic but stuck to the glass.
Dad, could
Gross.
we do mine?
Very gross. No. Not today.
That is incredibly effective.
Right tool for the right job.
Cool.
And the next major tool, new windows.
That will take quite a bit more time and money.
That is a tomorrow job, not a today job.
We're back at Lowe's because this is where our second home's going to be, Lowe's and Home Depot. So what are we getting right now? So you scraped off the yucky stuff earlier, and now we are going to replace the yucky stuff with the cleaner stuff that still could become the yucky stuff later. So, and what's this gonna do?
Block half the heat coming through the windows themselves.
Yep.
Through the wall.
Cool. And it's going to minimally obstruct my pretty view, but that will work.
Yeah. There's that.
So the AC is kind of old and needs to be replaced, but it works really well for like all the bedrooms, but like that one back wall in the den absorbs a lot of heat because it's just not shaded. The rest of the house is like shaded, and so what Matt was removing earlier was an old version of a film that is supposed to be like shading or protecting or whatever. And so now we're buying a new one to reduce some of the heat, because we ran the gamut on, do we want to do blackout curtains to help with heat, but I really like my view. It's part of the appeal of the house. And so we talked about all kinds of different options for shading that room to get it to be cooler in the afternoons, because it's very hot in there in the afternoons. So what we came up with was we're just going to get one of these and try that out. And we are also going to put a small window unit in just to help offset the heat from the afternoon, because he had it set to like 72 and it was at like 79 in the peak of the day yesterday. So it's struggling to keep up, and it's cheaper to tint those windows a little bit and put in a window unit in instead of like redoing all of the stuff, all of the AC. And the AC does a decent job when it's not peak heat, but it's almost June, and peak heat for here is like July and August, so we're not even there summer heat yet. So that's what we're going to do to get that up and running. So we did breakfast, and then we went to Lowe's, and then we stopped over at Boards and Bites to play, for the kids to play games, while Matt and I work on editing, or I work on editing and Matt works on work stuff, work reports and things like that. We don't have any internet set up here at the house yet, and so we went there so the kids would have something fun to do, and we would have internet access for us to do our work. Today is Memorial Day. We were going to get everything set up today, but the local internet business that we're wanting to use instead of one of the big names is not open today because it's Memorial Day. So we're going to have to wait until tomorrow. But we did get a couple things from Lowe's, which you saw, and then we went over there, and what I'm doing now is I left Matt and the kids there. So Finley wanted a really like intricate big board game, and he was gonna see if he could figure out how to play it so that we could then all play it together at some point. And Juliet wanted to play a little princess dress-up game by herself. And so Finley got it all set up and was just learning how to play when it would have been time to come back and take care of the dogs. So I came back to take care of the dogs. They both needed to go out, and Tozer needed to eat lunch. And I left Matt and the kids there so Matt could continue working on his report and the kids could play their games kind of uninterrupted, and they're gonna eat lunch there, and when I get back I'm gonna eat lunch too because I'm getting hungry. Tozer was hungry too. He ate his food. Good boy. Good Tozer. Good Tozer. Good boy. So So I'm wrapping up here, and I'm gonna head back over there, and that will be the next step of our day. We are back home from Boards and Bites, and Tozer and Jack are having a wrestling match. We've been giving them intermittent little times to just kind of duke it out, and they're getting better. They're starting to ignore each other for like 30 seconds. It's great. Hey, Tozer, you can't have Jack's water. That's Jack's. But there's been that. But what Matt is doing right now is installing the window unit.
The instructions tell you to use 2 people. Definitely don't do that. Far more fun by yourself.
Is it more challenge?
More of a challenge.
More of a challenge? Like, nah,
And you have the opportunity to break your back. Which is always a privilege.
You know, there's another person here. Who could have helped you? I could have helped
Out of the 5 other living beings in this household, plus the aloe vera plant, who could have helped me
you. I could have helped.
with all of the surgery?
I could have removed the styrofoam from the bottom of the air conditioner as you
In your
lifted it up.
defense, you did help.
I did. I sort of helped it. Just a little.
You know what's fantastic about working on an AC? Everybody take note. Best part of working on an AC.
Getting to sit directly in front of it when it gets turned on.
And continuing to work.
There you go. Oh, hey, look! They stopped for just a second. They were staring at us. I think they both got tired.
Jack's not trying. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
We're starting to play.
It's funny is when they get rolling, they are not identical, but they're so similarly coated that they blend into this giant, fluffy, gray, black, silver ball. Oh, he whacked him in the face. Hey guys, so it is Wednesday. This video was from Sunday and Monday. And I totally forgot to sign off on it. So I'm just taking a moment now, in the midst of filming today's video, Wednesday's video, to sign off and tell you thank you so much for joining us at Grit and Grace Farm. And we'll see you again. And the next time you see me, it'll be moving day.